Man, it is so hard to just get comfortable and, like, sit and just play games and just not have the mic move around in, like, 50 directions. Okay. We're being shown illusions that portray our opponents as having lost their senses. But why is the host of this tournament going to such elaborate lengths? Obviously, it's to get people who know each other to fight, but is that the only goal? Still, I wonder how I had appeared to Senpai and Kanji-kun. I'm not that worried about Senpai, but thinking about Kanji-kun's reaction, how he had blushed, is burning a hole in my stomach. Okay. As I walk down the hall, I come to another likely location for a match. Just as I figured, Teddy appears on a screen.
Your next opponent is a special guest. Got a lady jumping in on the fun. It'll be a big emotional reunion for you now, Chan.
Could it be?
Bring up the next opponent!
Da-da-da!
Kirijo-san.
Wow, already. Okay.
Shirogane, why are you here? I thought you were... This is a problem. I didn't think we'd run into each other so soon.
The purpose of this event is to have the participants fight, and because there's only one path to take, I figured we would run into each other sooner or later. I never imagined that it would be this early on, though. No, there's something else I need to be concerned with. Like the previous times, the opponents will not be seeing each other correctly. With that in mind, I watch her closely, and as expected, I see a change in her. Mitsuru Kirijo-san's face twists into an expression of contempt, and her composure shatters.
To say I'm surprised to see you here would be an understatement.
I don't reply. There's no point in saying anything after all.
The silent treatment. How ridiculous that you, who lives a lie, would dig up other people's hidden secrets for a living. You seem gentle, but you maintain an aloof distance that keeps people at arm's length. I've thought that since our first meeting. At first, I thought it must be typical of a detective. But that doesn't seem to be the case. You simply lack confidence in yourself.
I have some trouble staying silent.
You hide your true nature because you know that once you grow close to someone, you'll no longer be able to protect your pride. That's why you won't let anyone in. You use your job as a pretext to keep your distance and never get too attached. And it's from that position that you're trying to discover what others are hiding? How contradictory. Not to mention completely ridiculous and unfair.
I clench my fists in spite of myself.
Persona.
I love it. She's like, go of relentless, Kirijo-san's relentless words. Even if it's only an illusion, I begin to feel that if I lose, I'll never be able to be near her again. I cannot lose here.
I'd dearly like to answer your charges, but I see no need. There is no reason to defend myself against the accusations of an illusion.
Oh boy, oh boy. Trying to defeat Mitsuru without using the instant kill move? Oh, this is gonna be fun. But no, I said I wouldn't use it. I'm not gonna use it. Or at least... unless I die like 20 times like I did with you.
Final.
Okay. 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 Oh god. Come on. Okay.
A round of applause for both sides.
Well, that was surprisingly, okay.
You're stronger than you look. It seems you're a skilled fighter. And a persona user as well, huh?
With that, Kirijo-san stands up.
I'd like to clear something up. Before our battle, I may have said or done some things that seemed disrespectful, but...
I understand. We were shown illusions to goad us into fighting each other.
So you already knew. You are a credit to the Shirogane name. In that case, well, I'm willing to forget all the things you said about my body.
Wait, what? Her body? What did the illusionary me say?
Though, if you're a persona user, that gives weight to two of my theories.
Kirijo-san looks straight at me.
One is that you were one of those who solved last year's serial murders. The few proud anonymous heroes.
I shrug. And then I brace myself for the other shoe to drop. I know what she's about to say.
The other is that you were one of my enemies. You were an observer at the hijacking, which means a persona user was sent specifically. Yet you hid that from me. Somehow I doubt you were there just to watch over the cargo. If my suspicions aren't off base, then there's something I must say.
In all honesty, I feel like I have no defense for what's going to happen next. I begin trying to find a way to make it through this conversation without ruining whatever goodwill I may still have with her. But Kirijo-san's next words take me completely by surprise.
Shirogane, can I ask for your cooperation once again?
What?
You know more about this world than I do, and since I lost our match, I will be unable to move on from here.
Wait a moment. I thought you distrusted me.
Even if I did, is continuing to oppose each other the wisest course of action?
I have no words. Kirijo-san smiles as she watches me. Her proposal completely surprised me. My surprise must have confirmed what she was thinking about me. She knew that I'm not the type of person who would become her enemy under normal circumstances. That is why she smiled. I am no match for her. She's on a completely different level than I am. It's not a matter of social rank. She simply has the type of personality that makes people want to follow her. Kirijo-san doesn't wait for me to answer and continues.
As you have guessed, we are here in pursuit of the stolen cargo. Upon investigation, we figured out that it contained the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris. She was a machine, developed as one of a series of test models. They were intended to receive personas in order to combat shadows.
Isn't a persona the manifestation of one's strength of heart? How could a machine be capable of using a persona?
You're right to ask that. Labris has a mind of her own. We don't know what she looks like, but it's probably very close to human.
A humanoid machine. I did see something fitting that description before I came through the TV world. So that was a weapon! That was a weapon developed by the Kirijo group. A humanoid robot, one with a heart at that. This is the fruits of Kirijo technology, created from the research of shadows. I cannot help but be surprised. However, if the culprits were specifically after this Labris weapon, there's a high probability that it has been removed from its case and is mobile. But I can't fathom how that would benefit the thieves. There is one thing I can deduce, though.
Around the time of the robbery, we began to see activity in this world as well. I doubt this is a coincidence. I feel sure that your Labris is connected to this ridiculous tournament.
I agree.
Before I know what I'm doing, I reach out to shake hands with Kirijo-san.
I accept your earlier proposal. And I think I'd best hurry.
Thank you. And I'm sorry. Your friends must be facing their own troubles. It's possible that they've met Labris without knowing it, too.
They'll be all right, I'm sure.
The record showed that Labris had some unknown experimental equipment. We don't know what she's capable of. Don't take her lightly.
Oh, no, that isn't what I meant. She has a heart, yes? Then fighting her isn't our only option. She can be saved. I'm sure the others will reach the same conclusion.
I see.
When I say that, I can see a smile on her face. I can tell she believes in her friends as well.
Oh, yes, I meant to ask. Have you been able to contact your friends?
I shake my head.
No. 2 of them have analysis-capable personas, but both of them have gone missing.
I actually have a few powers in that area myself. Can you tell me what these friends of yours look like?
I give her as detailed description of Rize-san and Teddy as I can.
Huh. A bear costume and a girl. Are they...
Yes. They're the ones acting as hosts for this tournament. But they're not usually like this.
I see. Well, anyway, knowing that will make searching for them easier. Let me see.
Artemisia! Kirijo-san focuses and closes her eyes. Her power must allow her to see an image as she searches. It may be only a few powers, but it's still quite amazing.
I'm getting a match some ways from here. It's not moving either. Aha! I found her. Can you hear me?
Who is this?
That voice!
My name is Mitsuru Kirijo. I'm with one of your friends, Shirogane.
Kirijo-san looks at me and nods. She is communicating to me so that Rize-san can hear my voice as well.
Rize-san!
Naoto-kun, is it really you?
Yes, though I could ask the same of you, Rize-san.
I'm so glad. This weird fake Teddy kidnapped me and then everyone was fighting each other and...
So Rize-san's voice on the PA system was a fake. That being the case, then there's no reason to believe that the image of Teddy on the monitor is the real thing either.
It's all right. Please calm down. Do you know where you are right now?
It looks like an announcement room, but there are these invisible walls stopping me from leaving. Plus, the fake Teddy is watching me, so I can't use my persona.
Except right now. I don't know who that fake Teddy is, but it seems that Rize-san and the real Teddy were kidnapped to deprive us of a means of communication. In other words, to keep us fooled while we were in this world. Then again, that explains nothing about whatever the objective could have been gained by doing this to us. How does Labris' existence tie into this?
Oh, right. Thanks. Kirijo-san, right? Wait, Kirijo? I know that name. That's not important now. Are you a persona user too?
Yes, but we can discuss that later. I sense a shadow-like presence very close to your position. Are you all right?
The only thing near here is the fake Teddy. Wait, is that what you're talking about?
So it's a shadow.
I was hesitant to make a decision. Kirijo-san does not know Teddy. Of course, she wouldn't know his origins. Even if the general was the real Teddy, she would probably think of him as a shadow if she didn't know better. But if the general is merely something else that's taking on his appearance, it leads to a completely different conclusion. That is, it's a shadow from a normal human who doesn't have any tolerance for this world. But if that's the case, then why is the shadow mimicking Teddy? I don't have enough pieces to begin solving this puzzle yet. While I'm in the process of thinking things through, Kirijo-san speaks up.
Shirogane, you need to hurry on. I'll try to maintain communication as best I can and keep you in the loop.
All right then, I'm off. Stay safe.
I nod back to her and start running. Onward! To the announcement room where Rize-san is being held. Away! This isn't the announcement room. As I hurry on, led by the invisible walls, I reach a classroom. I'll be forced into another fight here too, no doubt.
Looks like you're chugging right along. And now, another special guest for you. The gloves may be off putting you up against this one, so I want to see your best moves out there, Nachan.
Gloves are off?
Now, bring out the next opponent!
Oh! Sorry, cat. I scared my cat. I'm so sorry. I see a silhouette framed in the spotlight. Oh, dear God. It's... Well, how could I forget that attire?
You're Akihiko Sanada, as I recall.
Interesting. I've been gone for a while, and here I meet a stranger who knows who I am.
You're a member of Mitsuru Kirijo's organization. Her friend, actually, no?
Oh, I see. So it's really Mitsuru you're interested in, ace detective.
His words caused me to tense up. He just called me ace detective. Perhaps that was just a guess from my family name, Shirogane, but he could know that I'm spying on them for the police. I carefully search his eyes for anything that might tell me how much he knows. He looks me over from head to toe, and immediately sneers mockingly.
Jeez, look at you. You have the physique of a 12-year-old.
What?
The detective needs a strong body more than a strong brain. All-night research sessions, long stakeouts. You need stamina for that. But look at those twiggy arms and legs of yours. Yeah, you've got an overdeveloped chest, but from the looks of it, I'd say it's all fat and no muscle. Seriously.
What?
What is wrong with him? That's the part of my self-image I'm most sensitive about.
Let me teach you the secret to bodybuilding. First thing, protein. Second thing, protein. Third, fourth, and fifth, more protein.
Protein junkie.
Don't you think that's rather unbalanced?
Sanada-san flexes his muscles like a bodybuilder.
And finally, you gotta spar. 1, 2,
He said sparring, but that punch was meant to do serious damage. This is absurd. No matter what he says, his fists are definitely real. Shoot, I can't dodge them all.
Stop it, Akihiko!
Mitsuru?
Sanada-san stops suddenly as a familiar voice echoes through the room.
You're under the effects of an illusion. Shirogane has done nothing. Do not attack.
What do you mean? He's the one who attacked me all of a sudden.
I attacked.
Suddenly I remember. That's right. This is all an illusion. I've never met Sanada-san before, so I didn't know what his usual self is supposed to be. On top of that, I allowed the first thing he said to get under my skin. How stupid of me. I let myself get swept up in the situation and failed to realize what was really happening.
From my perspective, it was you who dealt the first blow. We were both being shown an illusion to make us fight each other.
Shirogane is an excellent detective and a persona user. I told him everything. He's agreed to cooperate with us. He was originally on the scene as a police observer in this case, so we've already met.
Kirijo-san and I explained to Sanada-san what has been happening up until now. It's a relief to learn that despite his appearance, he's actually quite a reasonable man and quick to pick up on things. Oh god, my mic!
That noise-like phenomenon that fogs your senses is already gone. You should be able to communicate normally now.
We introduce ourselves and shake hands.
Looks like I fell for a cheap trick.
So I don't need to fight him. Or do I?
I'm sorry for forgetting myself, too. I can't even claim to have been unaware of the deception.
So you're a persona user, huh? Well, since fate already brought us together, want to test your skills before you move on?
Sanada-san slams his fists together.
Akihiko, you're doing it again. Just cooperate with him.
All right. Come on, Naoto. Let's go.
Wait, the tournament rules say...
As Sanada-san walks away, they ran into a visible wall. As I figured, he hit the wall.
Are you alright? What's the matter? What happened?
I don't know. There's some kind of invisible wall here.
The rules dictate that only the winner of each match can advance. So,
He was flustered mere seconds ago, but now Sanada-san has taken on a more lively expression. Fighting? Ooh, fighting! I love fighting!
So we need to have a match, even though we've got nothing against each other. We're fighting after all then, huh? Alright then, come at me!
please go easy on me.
Please don't pummel me into a pulp. I could almost hear Kirijo-san sigh in exasperation. Oh my god. Well, this is a different situation. Right, little one? Seize her.
Finally.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh! No shit! Oh god! Oh god! No! No! Yes! Whew. Okay.
They lost the lead. What a disappointment.
Okay. As I smack the mic.
That was a great bout. You're good.
A bout? What an annoying rule.
Wait a second. That reminds me. I saw that guy calling himself General walking with a girl. If only one person can move on, that's against the rules.
The fake Teddy and Rize-san were together all this time. Then could the girl he's talking about be Rize-san? No.
Do you remember the details of what this girl looked like?
Sanada-san tells me about the girl he'd seen. What he said matches the description of the unknown girl Kanji-kun had talked about. Which means that there's a high probability that the person seen walking with her was not the general, but the real Teddy. At the very least, this is evidence against the argument that Teddy is the general. This creates another theory, though. If the general is not really Teddy, then he's someone's shadow. And there's only one person that fits that bill. Well, not person per se, but...
If that girl was Labris, then... well, is it possible we're dealing with her shadow?
That's right, Labris. If she has a heart capable of using a persona, then it stands to reason that she could create a shadow. In light of how the events of last year played out, it makes perfect sense. She was kidnapped by someone who threw her into the TV world, creating a reflection of her heart.
None of the data I have shows any connection between Labris and Yasagami High. On top of which, I don't see how she'd know about you or your friends.
I'd been having doubts about that as well. But at least I have a feel for what's going on. What Labris kidnappers hope to gain from this remains unknown, however. At any rate, it wouldn't be good if the shadow were to run into its owner. Either way, it's best if I head to the announcement room. It's much more logical to restrain the false Teddy since I know his location than it would be to have to search for Labrys somewhere in this world. Still, if that really is Teddy with Labrys, why are they traveling together?
Sheesh, what's that Teddy doing? I'm sorry I can't help much, Kirijo-san.
You'll have to forgive me for my meager skills as well. My persona's communication powers are more for operational assistance. A friend of mine from school was much stronger than myself in that respect, but...
Fuka!
Oh no, it's all that stupid bear's fault anyway. He's a real genius for making people worry.
Man, it's strange running into so many Persona users I've never heard of all at once. Gotta say, brings back memories.
For us, too. We were as surprised as you.
Why did it all of a sudden get, like, upbeat? Like, hey, we're not in a deadly world that can kill us, searching for somebody. We're all just having a Persona reunion.
Not to say that the possibility of other Persona users hadn't crossed our minds, but to actually meet them.
What you said about a friend from school kinda reminds me of us, too. What was school like for you? I'd like to hear about it.
Well, ignoring Akihiko's current appearance, he was a boxing champion in his student days.
We are seriously doing this right now. Oh my god!
Hey, that dig was uncalled for.
After that, I don't know what went through his brain, but he started saying he wanted to search for stronger opponents.
He went on a journey to hone his skills? I thought that only happened in comics and old samurai films.
I thought I had to do it, so I did it. That's all.
This peaceful moment was shattered by Kirijo-san's voice.
Wait, what's this I'm sensing? It's like a shadow, but bigger.
Another shadow presence? And it isn't the false Teddy? What?
Huh? What's going on? That fake Teddy left the announcement room.
Rize-san made a report immediately after that. Sanada-san and I look at each other. It looks like the situation is changing. Sanada-san nods to me, and after taking a small bow, I run off. With no one watching over her anymore, Rize-san was able to summon her persona. The job of providing support moved from Kirijo-san, who not all of us knew, to Rize-san. Rize-san contacted the rest of us and let us talk to each other for a moment.
Rize-chan? Oh, thank God you're safe!
Don't worry, the others are here too. We'll rescue you in no time.
Wait, why is Naoto here?
I can't help but smile at this as I tell them about the others I had seen so far. It seems we're all safe for now. And now that we can communicate, we've greatly increased our awareness of the situation and our ability to share information. The general must have known that leaving Rize-san alone would result in this. If he did know, but left her anyway, there must have been something major happening. Either that, or he no longer has any reason to hide. I hurry on while we share what we know. The actual design of this place may differ from the real Yasugami High School, but the general layout appears to be the same. Then, if I climb the stairs and turn the corner, the announcement room should be right there. However, Rize-san calls out a warning before I can get there.
Bad news, Naoto-kun! The fake Teddy's back!
I'm too late.
Huh? What the? Is that the real Teddy? Hey, the real Teddy's here too! He's got some girl with him. I don't know her.
The fact that Rize's communication didn't cut off once General Teddy reappeared is somewhat worrisome. But then again, General Teddy doesn't have the time to bother watching Rize-san. After all, if the real Teddy and Labrys were both right there as well, he has more important things to be concerned with. This confirms that General Teddy is a fake. It's only natural then to assume that he is Labrys' shadow in disguise. However, that makes things dangerous. Labris and her shadow are confronting each other. Riese-san should know the dangers of this situation, but she doesn't know Labris. She might not realize what the relationship is between the girl and the shadow. I have to warn her. But before I could speak, it happened.
No way. What's with that girl?
The static gets worse.
Rise-san? Rise-san!
Why can't I communicate with her when we're so close? There's something happening in the announcement room. I run as fast as I can towards it. As I reach the door, I hear a loud scream from inside. I slam the door open without a second thought, prepared for a fight. But the attack came from an unexpected assailant. Of anyone in that room, I wouldn't have thought it'd be. What? What? No! Bad! Bad! Bad to be continued!
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place exists between dream and reality. Mine and
Okay then.
Now, why don't you introduce yourself?
Well, okay. So that happened. Anyway, so you know what that means. We got Labris' story next. And from what everybody tells me, Labris' story will be, basically once I complete her story, everybody else's story, the second half of everybody else's story, that after the to be continued part will open up, and then I'll be very, very happy. Alright, let's do this.